What do Drew Ortiz and Sora Tanaka have in common? Besides the fact that they both write for Sports Illustrated reviews, they also don't exist. Today we're unraveling the latest AI content creation controversy with the case of the disappearing journalists. What up, y'all? I am Phil Buck, your host of AI Roundup, a weekly digest of everything AI related. And this week, I want to thank Matt Fox, the creative director at MMN, for sending this article from Variety my way. Sports Illustrated has been called out for articles written by fake AI-generated reviewers, and when they were confronted about it, they deleted the content. This Variety article actually references a story from Futurism, which is absolutely amazing. Shout outs to Futurism for doing actual journalism, unlike Sports Illustrated, in this case, and their publisher, the Arena Group, which is actually the bigger story here. This scandal is not just about a couple of phony profiles on a sports magazine's website. It's a deep dive into the murky waters of AI-generated content and the erosion of journalistic integrity. Drew Ortiz and Sora Tanaka, supposedly an avid outdoor enthusiast and a fitness guru, respectively. Oh, and writers for Sports Illustrated. Turned out that they are nothing more than figments of artificial intelligence. Their biographies, while convincing, were completely fabricated, and their photos available for purchase on a website selling AI-generated headshots. The description of Drew Ortiz as a neutral white young adult male with short brown hair and blue eyes straight from the AI image website is almost laughably generic. What am I doing making YouTube videos? I should be selling AI-generated profile pictures. This is crazy. Anyway, it gets worse. The Arena Group, the publisher behind Sports Illustrated, initially tried to brush this off by pinning it on their third-party content provider, Advon Commerce. But let's be real, how does a prestigious magazine like Sports Illustrated, a publication that once boasted literary greats like William Faulkner, end up in this mess? They claim to have been duped by their partner company, but this raises a big question. Where was the oversight? Where were the editorial checks that should be the backbone of any reputable publishing house? You know, we've talked about this before on the show with Go Media, publisher of IO9 and Gizmodo, and they allowed AI-generated Star Wars listicles to be posted on their sites. I mean, it's absolutely bizarre to me how people want to put AI on autopilot and just walk away and let it do its thing. I feel like anyone who has used any LLM at this stage in history knows that they just aren't that good and they aren't reliably accurate. So for instance, like when I was using ChatGPT to help me summarize some of these articles for the video, it decided on its own that it should generate this image of a man looking outraged about AI stories in the newspaper. There was no mention in my prompt for anything to do with images. I don't understand what is going on there. Anyway, the rabbit hole goes even deeper. It wasn't just the identities that were fake. Some of the content these authors produced was also AI generated. And what's more outrageous is the casual eraser and replacement of these AI personas. Drew Ortiz was quietly replaced by Sora Tanaka, and then she too vanished. And it's not just about the deception. The quality of these AI generated articles was, to put it mildly, subpar. The language, often bizarre, didn't even sound human. The Futurism article actually quotes one of the articles from Ortiz that talks about volleyball and that it can be a little tricky to get into, especially without an actual ball to practice with. I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know. And while Sports Illustrated tries to claim that, this stops at the fake profiles, there are anonymous sources quoted in the article stating that it absolutely has AI generated content, which is not hard to believe at all. And this isn't an isolated incident. The Arena Group's other properties, such as The Street and Men's Journal, are also part of the AI masquerade. Fake writers with AI generated headshots and biographies producing content that sometimes borders on nonsensical or even worse, presenting irresponsibly incorrect health information, such as an article in Men's Journal about low testosterone that was majorly debunked by doctors and had to be hugely corrected. So, what is the takeaway from this whole fiasco? As AI continues to evolve, we need to have serious conversations about its role in media and journalism. And just like everything, I call out images on social media that are fooling people every day, constantly. We need transparency, we need accountability, we need commitment to ethical practices, but let's be real here. Is AI really the culprit, or is it simply the latest tool that executives and scammers can leverage to increase their bottom line? Maybe it's not entirely an unchecked AI situation as much as it is an unchecked capitalism problem. I'm going to get myself into trouble here. But let me know your thoughts in the comments or sound off in the MMM Discord. Okay, so that's our AI Roundup for today. As always, if you enjoy what we're doing here on the show, please help me out by liking this video and drop a comment, and of course, sub to the channel. Also, be sure to follow us on social media. You can find us everywhere at MSP Media TV. You can also email us news@mspmedia.tv, or you can leave us a voicemail at 833-MSP Network. All right, y'all, I'm Phil Buck, and this has been your November 29th episode of AI Roundup, and I'll see you next time.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.